I never lose, either I win or I learn. Those are my only options, to whomever it may concern. About to be a hot topic, play with fire, you get burned. Ain't nobody give me nothing, whatever I got, better I earn. I never lose, but I learn. I either win or I learn. Those are my only options, to whomever.
We learned the hard way. We fucked up. We're not perfect, but the lessons we learn in life, they make us who we are, and here we are, starting fresh.
And we're really excited to share our journey going forward with all of you so that we can hold each other accountable through the weight loss journey. Our journey started back in March of 2020. Actually, if you've listened to our podcast, it actually started well before then. We've been, on this weight loss journey pretty much our entire life. But this particular journey, or part of our journey, started in March of 2020, where together we lost over 150 pounds. But then life hit big time in 2021.
Injuries, depression, deciding to sell our home because we needed new space, downsizing with 5 people and 2 dogs and a 2-bedroom house, and all this stuff started to add up where our whole regimen and routine got out of whack, where we were eating trash.
Yeah, and so it really affected our mental state, our physical state. Those of you who have been following along on this journey, I know you can see a difference when you look at us, when you see this on YouTube. And that's why we've started this, our journey. That's what we're calling this, our journey, because it's not just us, it's all of us together. And so we have a whole new page on veganstrongandfit.com called Our Journey, where we're going to be talking about every week something that has led us to success or maybe failure that we've learned from within the week to overcome and help us to continue on this. How we're going to do this the right way this time to make sure that we're able to support you, you're able to support us, and be sure to go on and follow us every week at veganstrongandfit.com/journey.
We're in this together.
Hey, welcome back to another episode of the Strong AF podcast. I am Ashley.
And I'm Yuri.
And we're going to be talking about the dreaded word, COVID. Why? Well, because we recently went through this and still kind of dealing with the after effects. So we thought we'd kind of just bring this up because, as you know, we're working on our journey, and this is unfortunately part of our journey right now.
Yeah, COVID fucking sucks. It hit us all. Fevers, aches,
nausea, vomiting, like the worst headache you can possibly imagine. Teeth hurting. Like, what the hell? Teeth?
calves, your feet, your back, your neck. I don't know. We've made it, or we did make it, 2 years before we fell victim.
Yeah, I mean, and in our case, it was, me, Yuri, and YJ all vaccinated, and of course the younger two, Camden and Amari, are not old enough. And Camden also does have asthma. Fortunately, we made a lot of lifestyle changes around his food allergies that have allowed us to be very fortunate in that aspect, because he has not had a severe asthma reaction in over 2 years now.
It's been a while.
Yeah, he has had some times where he's had wheezing and he has had to have his albuterol, but we haven't had any life-threatening things where the albuterol didn't work or where we had to take it to the ER. And that's the main thing, just being able to make sure we keep it under control. So we were very concerned about him. Fortunately, at least for us this time, it was more body aches, fever, stomach irritation.
Your cold symptoms.
Yeah, there was definitely some upper respiratory issues, runny nose, stuffiness, all of that, but there was no severe cough, maybe like a little mucus running down, that type of cough. No chest congestion, and no shortness of breath.
Yeah, the shortness of breath. Those first 2 days, it was tough.
Well, okay, hold on. Let me rephrase what I said then, because I said no shortness of breath. What I mean is no like struggling to breathe. But when we did any kind of activity, it felt like it was a major workout.
Yeah, so with us starting our journey over again, and then automatically like a week later being hit with COVID, it's been difficult to wrap your head around, especially with us trying to eat better and everything, and neither one of us feel like doing anything, where we had to rely on DoorDash and family members dropping off medicine by our door and things of that nature, having Whole Foods deliver stuff, and it's been one hell of a journey.
Exactly, and it's one of those things where I think if this would have hit us last year, just in the mental state that we were in, we would be like, oh, fuck it, I'm done. Like, it is what it is. But this time even though we haven't felt like doing a whole lot, we've still tried our best to maintain at least a 80-20 type of eating style. Exercise has not been there because
it's hard to, especially with, you don't want to exert yourself and you're already having a difficult time breathing. Just imagine going for a walk or something like that, let alone it's hard to go upstairs after having COVID because some of these symptoms are still lingering. Can't imagine going for a mile walk or a 2-mile walk with the family. Just imagine being out there and all of a sudden just constantly having to catch your breath. And it's just not worth it. You want to know your limits.
Yeah. Okay, so here's the thing too. Like, we tested positive 18 days ago at the time of recording this, and the after effects to me are still just as concerning. So ever since I went vegan, my heart rate has been ridiculously great. So I average about 47 to 55 beats per minute resting heart rate. And even when we were running the 5Ks, I probably got around 120 doing that. So to me, the way that my heart rate is right now is insane. So my resting heart rate is anywhere from like 70 to 80 beats per minute on average. And then just going up or down the stairs, even down the stairs, my heart rate has gotten up to 136 beats per minute. And that is insane for me. That would have been like, I don't even think that I would have reached that doing a HIIT workout before.
Yeah, it's just a lot of these symptoms, they're iffy. You may think some of them have gone away, and then 2 days later, here it is, or something else comes in where your ear aches or ears are popping or something. Like, what is that? So I remember waking up one morning and my left ear was just going crazy. And I'm just sitting there like, what is this? Why is this happening? Just sitting there trying to calm myself and seeing if everything's okay, or maybe 10 minutes of that, and then finally it stopped. And I'm like, well, that's a new one. Let me add that to the list of things just to be on the safe side and know what to look for.
Yeah, and it's crazy because, like, with the kids, they've had fevers off and on, vomiting off and on, and this is, again, we're 18 days into this and we're still running into that. And that's part of the other part of our journey, is that we are parents. And so, you know, not only were we having to take care of ourselves, we were having to take care of them, which then again puts a longer time on recovery for us. So it's one of those things where we want to make sure that, you know, we're allowing our bodies time to heal and not just saying, oh, well, forget it. Our goal is weight loss, so it doesn't matter. We're going to do this stuff anyway, and end up hurting ourselves in the long run. It's the most important to make sure that our long-term care is taken care of by allowing ourselves to rest and recover.
Yeah, that's one of the hard things. Because I know I wake up in the morning and I'll ask her, hey, do you feel like doing this today? Do you feel like doing that? She's like, no, just want to allow time to recover and feel better.
Mhm.
And then the more I think about it, like, yeah, you're right. I don't imagine trying to do this yoga pose or something, trouble breathing and calves and the lower back is already tight. So I can only
Exactly.
imagine what would happen if I attempted that.
Like our thing has been, let's focus on the meditation, on the breathing exercises to get our mind right and to make sure that, we're getting our wellness on track first.
We may not be able to get into the fitness aspect of it, but we're definitely focusing on our nutrition, especially since we're out of the quarantine stage. We feel comfortable going places and things of that nature. What's going on? It's your boy Yuri here. I'm solo right now, as you can see. Just want to talk to you for a minute. We've partnered up with another brand, another amazing company that's Black owned. It's called King's Crown, and as you can see right there, I got tired of the same old do-rag, especially on my lock journey. I needed something that locks in the moisture, especially when I get a retwist or something like that, where the gel they're putting on my hair and everything to keep these locks busting and beautiful. I'll take it off real quick. It's got this satin inside. It locks in the moisture of your hair and everything. And the best thing about it is it's got this string right here where it's adjustable. Our three sons have them, so it's great for any size head, so you don't have to worry about it. Especially with the do rag, where the string on there, where you have to tie it super tight, and it's simple to put on. Simple like this, you can style it any way you want. They have different colors, and for the ones who locks are super long, they have bigger ones where the entire length of the hair will fit inside of it. Once again, it locks in the moisture. It's King's Crowning. Just go to kingscrowning.com, pick whatever items you may have. They have they have hair care products, great for your hair, especially for your locks. They have shampoo and things like that. And right when you're ready to check out, just enter my discount code STRONGAF10, STRONGAF10. Check it out.
Well, and the most important thing for me right now, so, I've talked a lot about my chronic constipation as a child, which IBS wasn't really a thing thrown around back then. So I never officially got diagnosed with IBS, but my symptoms, having mostly constipation, but with triggering foods, I'd have abdominal cramping, bloating, gas, diarrhea, sudden onset of diarrhea. So I truly believed it was IBS the entire time, and it just wasn't a thing that was brought up back then. It's more of a common thing now. Well, once we went vegan, those symptoms went away for me, and it's been 2 years that I haven't had to deal with that. Well, about a week after testing positive for COVID, that hit again. Like anything I ate pretty much made me want to throw up. I'd go from having diarrhea 6 times a day to being constipated for a few days and then back to diarrhea. Like, it's just, I know this is a lot of poop talk. Yeah, forgive me. This is what you get with me. But like, it's one of those things where now I have to reevaluate what I'm eating. And it's like, hey, what are my safe foods now? What triggers that? I have to learn my body all over again after this so that I can reset that and heal my gut health after this virus in order to, move on from that.
Yeah, because with it being, what'd you say, a little bit close to 2 weeks.
It's been 18 days. Yeah, we're going on 3 weeks soon.
It's just crazy because with her having those issues, she's even suggested we did a juice clean where you did 2 days of it and I did a day of it just to see if that would work. And what was it, a year ago or over a year, we would do fasting and intermittent fasting where we would not really eat anything. If anything, it'd be veggies or salads, raw veggies, salad, no dressing, and that sort of things. We did that 3 days a week, and then here it is, out of the blue. We just tried juice fasts, a juice cleanse, and when I tell you that was rough,
Yeah.
especially for me around lunchtime, maybe two juices in. It was what, 6 juices?
Yeah.
Around 2 juices in, I'm sitting here like, oh my goodness, I've got this killer headache.
He got angry with me, and he was like posting on Facebook that I wouldn't allow him to have food. Yeah, like I was just had him locked in a closet or something. I wasn't feeding the man.
It was accurate because I was like, just let me get some. No, we didn't have cashews. We had maybe some honey roasted almonds and cashews or something like that. I'm like, just let me get a couple of that. She's like, no, just drink some water here. And then she finally gave me some carrots and cucumbers, but that worked.
Yeah, so it's one of these things that, you know, we're just trying our best to kind of relearn our bodies. And you know, anytime that you have a virus, especially a severe virus like COVID, it messes with your gut health. That's actually one of the triggers for getting IBS is viruses. Also mental, any kind of mental trauma, physical trauma that you go through can actually trigger IBS. And so it's one of those things where focusing on our health, focusing on our wellness, our mental wellness, because the stress of all that too really impacts you, and getting that right to be able to focus on everything else.
Yeah, that's the importance. That's why I think what helped us a huge deal is recommitting and everything and going at our own pace. If we just would have started this and be like, okay, we're going what we know best. We're worried about knocking these pounds down. We want to try to lose at least 10 pounds a week. We probably would have suffered, or
we would have
given up already.
Yeah.
COVID would have hit us and we would have bowed down and submitted. But with us having our mindset, already knowing what our goals is,
and committing to you guys too, that we make this public, because that's a big thing for us.
Yeah, because it's one thing, but I don't want to let myself down. I owe this to myself, and I definitely want to do myself a favor and be committed and stick to it.
So y'all, the point of us coming on here and telling you like this shitty few weeks that we've been through is to encourage you. Like, I know times can get tough, especially right now. Like, illness is just everywhere, and you know, stress, financially, physically, whatever you're going through, like shit's gonna happen all day, every day. Like, shit's gonna happen, and it's how you deal with it and how you manage it, and also allowing yourself forgiveness and allowing yourself to not feel like you have to do everything. You know, give yourself some grace, and that's what this is all about. So we wanted to come on here and let you know, like, just give yourself some grace.
Yeah, just enjoy the journey. The journey is not just going to be a walk in the park and simple. There's going to be bumps in the road. There's going to be all kind of obstacles in the way. You just have to stick to it and keep your mind in it. You know what the task is at hand. Just go at your own pace.
Yeah.
Just don't look at other people's journey and say, but I followed them on social media and they're doing this, they're doing so great, but why not me? What is it in myself that I am lacking or something like that? Just focus on yourself. Just clear everything out. Don't worry about the next person. Just focus on you and what you've got going on.
And like you said, focusing on the journey, which means everybody has that end result in mind, right? Like, we have our end goal in mind, but if you focus so hard on that end goal, you're going to miss your entire life because That goal is one day, right? Kind of like planning for a wedding. That wedding is one day, but what do you do after the wedding? What do you do before the wedding? What's leading up to that? So if you just, everything revolves around that wedding day, what happens when it's over? How do you feel? Do you feel depressed? Do you feel happy? Do you feel like you have no other purpose now? So don't stop focusing just on that end goal and like enjoy the life that you have getting there. Because otherwise, what are you going to do when you get it? Like, are you going to feel unfulfilled?
Well, I lost the way.
Now what? Because a lot of people who have just that focus and they reach that goal and then they don't have a plan going forward, that's where the weight comes back on. That's where the depression kicks in. So don't let that be you.
Stick to it.
And y'all, as always, stay strong.
Small changes, massive impact.